Do you remember the first time a cat trusted you? Not when they played, but when they simply stayed. Before we go further, tell me, what year did your first cat come into your life? Because love from a cat isn't loud, it's quiet. Sometimes it looks like nothing at all, but if you've shared enough years with them, you've already been told "I love you" many times. Some signs are easy to miss, but number 5, it's over before you even realize it happened. And once you understand it, you'll never overlook it again. 1. Back turned, completely trusting. Have you ever noticed it? Your cat sits just a few feet away, but not facing you. No eye contact. No call for attention, just a silent presence with their back turned. It might feel like distance, as if you've been dismissed, but for a cat, that posture is as close to an embrace as you'll get without touch. In the feline world, turning their back isn't rejection, it's vulnerability, a decision not to monitor you, to say without words, "I don't need to watch you, I already feel safe." That quiet gesture happens only when your presence no longer demands their alertness. They've studied your rhythm, your breath, your stillness, and what they've learned is this: you are predictable, you are steady, and that makes you trustworthy. If they flick their tail slightly in your direction while sitting like this, take note, that's not dismissal, it's awareness. Their way of saying, "I haven't forgotten you, I just don't need to keep looking." Love, for them, isn't always about proximity or play. Sometimes it looks like calm distance, a still body turned away, but a spirit deeply at ease. And if you've ever woken to find them suddenly curled at your side, that trust has quietly deepened. 2. Morning nudges and quiet returns. If you've ever been woken up by your cat at 5 a.m. with a soft paw to the face or a little meow near your ear, you're not alone. And no, it's not always about food. Sometimes your cat just wants to make sure you're there, awake, present, part of their world again. What's interesting is what happens after they wake you. You shift a little, maybe mumble something half asleep, and then they curl up beside you, peaceful, settled. That's not random behavior. It's a kind of emotional check-in. They just wanted you to notice them for a second, and once they know you're aware, that's enough. They relax. You've done your part. This is how some cats build connection. They're not demanding attention. They're syncing their routine to yours. And it goes deeper than that. Waking you gently, then resting again, tells you your cat feels safest when you're conscious and nearby. It's less about control and more about comfort. Think of it like this. Dogs might wait for you to lead the pack. Cats, they just want to know you're part of their rhythm. And if this hasn't happened with your cat yet, don't worry. Some cats show affection in different ways, but if you ever wake up with one quietly dozing at your feet, you're already in the circle. Now, let's talk about something your cat leaves behind without a sound: fur, and why it means more than you think. 3. Fur left like a signature. You pick up your favorite black sweater, and there it is. Fur. Everywhere. It's stuck to your clothes, your pillow, the seat you just stood up from. Most days, it feels like a nuisance, but here's the truth. It's not just shedding, it's marking. Cats don't just leave fur randomly. They intentionally rub themselves against the things that smell like you: your chair, your blanket, even your laundry. And when they do, they're mixing their scent with yours. It's their way of saying, "This is ours now." In the wild, cats mark territory with glands in their cheeks, paws, and fur. At home, they do it through contact, leaning, rubbing, lounging. And fur? That's part of the package, a physical trace of their claim. When your cat covers your clothes with hair, it's not carelessness, it's belonging. You're part of their world, and they want that reflected in your space. Think of it this way. Dogs wag, humans hug, cats shed. Not because they want to annoy you, but because you're familiar, safe, and theirs. So next time you lint roll the couch, pause for a second. All that fur? It's a quiet little signature, a reminder that your cat has been there and decided to stay. When they stay even closer, trailing behind you room to room, it's a different kind of love, one that asks for nothing. 4. The quiet companion who shadows you. You get up to grab a glass of water. They follow. You sit by the window. There they are again, just out of reach, but always within sight. This kind of following behavior is easy to overlook because it's not loud or demanding. Your cat isn't meowing, isn't rubbing up against your legs. They're just there. And that's exactly the point. Following you from room to room, even without asking for anything, is one of the clearest signs your cat trusts you and wants to stay connected. They're not looking for food or attention. They just don't want to be apart. In the animal world, that's a big deal. Most cats are solitary by nature. They don't need company the way dogs do. So when your cat chooses to quietly stay near you, even when nothing is happening, it's a form of loyalty. It's like saying, I don't need anything from you. I just like being where you are. Some cats will even sit near the doorway while you're in another room. They don't want to interrupt. They just want to keep you in sight. This is quiet companionship at its most honest. Not clingy, not needy, just presence, offered freely. If you catch them sitting nearby with no clear reason, it's not an accident. It's a quiet way of saying, you're part of my world. And when they brush against you on their way out of the room, that moment is even more personal than it seems. 5. A rub, then distance. There's a moment you might miss if you're not paying attention. A gentle brush against your leg as they pass through the room. No sound, no eye contact, no pause, just a single, silent touch. And then they're gone. It doesn't ask for acknowledgement. And that's what makes it so deeply personal. This isn't random contact. When your cat presses their cheek or side against you, they're sharing scent, their version of claiming safe ground. In feline behavior, this is known as scent marking, and it's used only with places, people, and objects that matter to them. Cheek glands carry chemical messages, and rubbing isn't affection in the way we often think. It's identification. It means, you're mine, you're familiar, I trust you enough to carry my presence with you. What's telling is how complete the gesture is. They never wait for your response. They never look back. That moment wasn't performed. It was instinctive, finished before you even realized it happened. The more often they do this, especially during quiet parts of the day, the more certain you can be. You're woven into their safe zone. Their scent lives on you, and your scent lives in their memory. Not every sign of love lingers. Some arrive like that, brief, gentle, and quietly certain. But when your cat lies down, belly up and eyes closed, they're saying something even more vulnerable. That moment deserves a closer look. 6. Belly up, eyes closed. Catch your cat lying on their back, paws curled in, belly exposed, eyes drifting shut, and you're seeing something rare. To most people, it looks like an open invitation. But that exposed posture isn't asking for anything. It's a statement. I'm not on guard right now. I trust this space. The underside of a cat's body is where their vital organs are. In nature, it's the one area they always protect. Exposing it, especially while resting, signals complete safety. Unlike dogs, who often invite contact, cats reveal their belly without expecting interaction. It's not about touch. It's about surrendering their usual caution. Instead of reading it as playfulness, try viewing it as quiet permission. Your presence no longer triggers alertness. That's a powerful shift. Cats who feel deeply secure will do this more often, especially in sunlit spots, quiet corners, or near someone they trust. Others may never lie that way, and that's okay too. Each cat defines safety on their own terms. If your cat closes their eyes while lying belly up nearby, it means something simple but meaningful. They're letting go because you're near. And if they twitch a paw or shift gently while staying in that position, that's not restlessness. It's relaxation in its purest form. That unguarded sprawl. It's not just comfort. It's a silent gesture that says, I've let you in. And when they leave something behind next, unusual, awkward, maybe even a bit messy, it comes from the same place of trust. 7. Strange gifts on your pillow. You're heading to bed. Lights off, house quiet. But when you pull back the blanket, something small stops you, right in the center of your pillow. A feather, a plastic ring, a sock you thought you'd lost. And across the room, your cat sits still, not asking for attention, not watching for a reaction. They've already said what they came to say. At first glance, it's odd, maybe even frustrating. Why would they leave things in places they know you'll find them? The answer goes deeper than habit. It's instinct wrapped in intention. In the wild, mother cats bring prey to their young. It's not just for feeding. It's a gesture of care, of teaching, of connection. Adult cats, too, share with those they trust. And though your home isn't a forest, and your cat doesn't need to hunt, that impulse remains. So when they drop a sock, a toy, or even something less pleasant by your bed or on your favorite chair, it's not a mistake. It's a quiet offering, a small, deliberate act that says, you're part of my group. I thought of you. Indoor cats improvise. They choose what they have access to. A pen cap, a crumpled receipt, a toy mouse. It's not about the object. It's about where it's placed and who it's meant for. Most cats won't wait for applause. They don't bring gifts for praise. The act is complete once it's given. And the location? It's never random. They leave things where your scent is strongest. Your pillow, your blanket, your shoes. To them, it's like leaving something in the center of connection. There's something deeply personal in that. You might toss it aside, unaware of what it meant. But next time, pause, look at what it is, then consider where it was placed and how quietly it arrived. If this hasn't happened in your home yet, don't worry. Not every cat expresses affection this way, but the instinct lives in most of them. Sometimes, it just takes the right object or the right mood for it to surface. And if it's already happening, that's not just a quirk, that's a bond. Repetition means memory, intention, inclusion. It's their way of reminding you, we may not speak the same language, but I found something, and I want you to have it. And sometimes, when you're not around, they find a different way to stay close, not through objects, but through scent. 8. Sleeping in the places that smell like you. A sweater draped over the chair, a pillow you've just risen from, a spot on the bed still holding your warmth. These aren't just surfaces, they're invitations. To a cat, scent is safety. Long after you've left the room, what remains is enough to comfort them. Your skin, your clothes, the subtle trails of routine, all of it forms a map they know by heart. And when they choose to rest where that map is strongest, they're not seeking softness. They're seeking you, curled into the sleeve of a worn shirt, tucked onto the seat you haven't cooled for long. They aren't after luxury, they're returning to presence. Many cats will pass over a plush blanket to settle into a rumpled hoodie or recently used towel. That's not preference, it's emotional gravity. Resting in your scent is a way of staying connected, even in silence, even when alone. If your cat circles back to the same place again and again, take it as confirmation. They've assigned meaning to that space because of who you are, not just where you've been. For them, sleep is never just sleep. It's an act of trust, repeated through stillness. And not every gesture needs a touch. Sometimes the quietest moments speak loudest. There's one more behavior that reveals this bond, something small and easily missed. It happens when the door opens, and they're simply there, waiting, asking for nothing. 9. Greetings that ask for nothing. When the door opens and nothing is offered, not food, not toys, not words, some cats still appear, quietly. They wait near the threshold, or meet you halfway down the hall, eyes soft, body relaxed, not asking for anything at all. This kind of greeting goes unnoticed in many homes, especially by those expecting enthusiasm or sound. But for a cat, showing up without a reason is a quiet act of trust. They're not coming because you've called. They're not pacing for dinner. They're simply acknowledging your return, and that, to them, is enough. Unlike dogs, who often greet with excitement and motion, cats rely on subtlety. A soft blink, a slow stretch, a tail curled loosely at their side. These are gestures of acceptance. You've been missed, but not anxiously. Your presence matters, but doesn't disrupt. Some cats offer this greeting at the door. Others wait until you've settled in, then drift into the room with calm steps and easy eyes. No neediness, no drama, just presence, restored. That kind of greeting is its own language. It speaks to comfort, to bond, to the idea that your rhythm is part of theirs now. If your cat has never done this, it may come in time, and if it already has, you've likely seen it for what it is. A quiet ritual that asks for nothing, yet means everything. If even one of these gestures feels familiar, then your cat has already said it, just not in words. Love, in their world, is quiet, repeated, earned. And if you've noticed it, you're already part of something rare. Let's keep listening, not for noise, but for meaning.